Hey there, and welcome to Nauctis on YouTube. If you haven't been living under a rock, you've probably heard about the movie Titanic. It's directed by James Cameron and tells the tragic story of the RMS Titanic, a British passenger liner that sank on its maiden voyage. Back in 1912, the vice president of the White Star Line, Philip Franklin, famously declared that the Titanic was unsinkable. But we all know how that turned out. On April 15, 1912, the Titanic hit an iceberg off the coast of Newfoundland in Canada and sunk at 2:20 a.m. It remains at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean to this day, never to be seen again in broad daylight. But did you know that there's a special type of ship built to ensure that we don't have another Titanic incident? It's called an icebreaker, and it's one of the toughest vessels in the world. These ships are designed to break through ice and clear a path for other ships to pass through. So, next time you're on a cruise ship in icy waters, don't worry too much. As long as there's an icebreaker around, you're in good hands. What is an icebreaker ship? Since the earliest days of Arctic exploration, the concept of an icebreaker ship has existed. An icebreaker ship was rumored to have been used as far back as the 11th century, but of course they resembled boats more back then. The communities that inhabited the Arctic Ocean's shores contributed to the Coke or early versions of icebreakers. They created a small 1- or 2-mast wooden ship that was used to travel over the frigid rivers and seas of Siberia and the Arctic. Later eras saw the development of new icebreakers using similar design principles. Even today, despite modernity making them unquestionably much more efficient, their fundamental design is still the same. What sets apart the icebreaker from other vessels is its hull. It has a stronger hull to withstand icy waters. It also comes with a specially created ice-clearing shape to build a passage forward and extraordinary power to navigate through sea ice. The force that modern icebreakers provide to clear a path for other vessels through the icy waters is one of the key distinguishing qualities that sets them apart from other ships. Whether nuclear-powered icebreakers or diesel-electric icebreakers, all of them have much more power than the coal or oil-fired steamships of the past. How an icebreaker ship works. The icebreaker ship does precisely what it sounds like. It breaks ice. It makes navigation through the ice-covered waterways, particularly in the polar regions, doable, as the ship cuts through even the thickest ice and opens up some of the most hostile global paths. Icebreakers open up pathways by pushing directly into frozen water or ice. Because sea ice has such a low bending strength, it typically breaks without significantly altering the ship's trim. However, when the ice is particularly thick, an icebreaker can push its bow onto it to break it using the force of the boat. A ship can be severely slowed down by a pile of broken ice in front of it than by the actual breaking of the ice. Hence, icebreakers have hulls specifically designed to direct the broken ice around or beneath the vessel. The Baltic Sea, the St. Lawrence Seaway, the Great Lakes, and the Northern Sea Route all have vessels traveling along them that are built to maneuver through frozen waters. Still, the seasonal ice conditions make it challenging for the ships to control themselves. Icebreakers accompany commercial vessels as they voyage through these treacherous locations. They can also act as rescuers. In the event that a ship is stuck on thick ice, icebreaker ships help out by breaking up the ice around the cargo ship. Aside from their role in ensuring safe passage for trading ships, the icebreakers are also frequently utilized to help scientific programs carried out in the polar areas. Life aboard an icebreaker ship. As international sailors embark on lengthy excursions, they often face separation from their loved ones for up to 9 months at a time. However, Most mariners choose to pursue a career at sea to provide better lives for their families, making the time spent away from them worthwhile. Life aboard an icebreaker ship is no different, except for the unique experiences it offers. For instance, can you imagine telling your loved ones about your experiences at the North Pole? It's a superb icebreaker. In addition to the novelty of exploring a place that few can access, you're treated to breathtaking vistas and the incredible wildlife of the Arctic regions. Despite the cold temperatures, which often dip below zero, you can also gain health benefits. For instance, colder weather can fight inflammation and allergies. Furthermore, a 2017 Stanford University study indicates that you're less impulsive in the cold, and you can perform cognitive tasks with ease. The bonds you form with your fellow shipmates who brave the cold are stronger. Whether you're conquering the frozen wasteland, assisting other ships, or advancing science, these experiences aboard the icebreaker ship strengthen your camaraderie. An icebreaker ship can carry hundreds of people on board, from crew members and scientists to technicians and even tourists. The ship has got all kinds of facilities to keep them comfy, like cabins, mess halls, lounges, gyms, libraries, and saunas. There are also labs, workshops, and storage spaces for all the scientific equipment and samples. Now, the crew members on an icebreaker ship have different roles depending on their rank and department. Some are the bosses who navigate and operate the ship, like the captains, officers, and engineers. Then there are the mechanics, electricians, and welders who take care of the ship's machinery. And let's not forget the cooks, cleaners, and medics who take care of everyone else. These peeps work in 12-hour shifts, following strict safety rules and wearing protective clothing when working outside or near the ice. And boy, are they dealing with some serious challenges, like the weather, which can drop below minus 50 degrees Celsius or minus 58 degrees Fahrenheit in winter, with winds that can whip up blizzards and reduce visibility to nothing. The weather can change super fast, too, making it tough to plan ahead. Then there's the darkness or brightness, depending on where they're sailing. Crew members might experience polar night or polar day for months, with no sunlight or constant sunlight 24 hours. That can mess with their sleep, mood, and health. And let's not forget about isolation. Icebreaker ships can be hundreds or thousands of kilometers away from any other human settlement or civilization. Crew members might not see their families or friends for months or years and might have limited communication or entertainment options. They gotta rely on each other for company and support. But there are some sweet perks to working on an icebreaker ship too. Like the adventure of exploring remote and beautiful places like Antarctica or Greenland, witnessing natural phenomena like auroras and glaciers, and encountering all sorts of wildlife. And it's not just a job, it's a learning experience. Crew members get to interact with scientists from all over, learn cutting-edge research on topics like climate change, oceanography, and biology, and gain new skills and knowledge from their colleagues. Plus, working on an icebreaker ship ain't lonely or isolated. It's a shared journey with people who have similar passions and goals. Crew members form strong bonds with each other over time, creating a sense of community and friendship. Oh, and don't forget about the importance of icebreakers in scientific research. These ships use sophisticated equipment and technology to collect data on the polar environment, like ocean currents and wildlife populations. That data is crucial for understanding the effects of climate change and developing strategies to mitigate its impact. And last but not least, working on an icebreaker ship is a chance to contribute to a greater cause. These ships help maintain trade routes, transport essential goods and supplies, and facilitate scientific research that can benefit the whole planet. So, all in all, it's a pretty sweet gig. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.